Hello and welcome to another episode of English Learning on EnglishPad.net. On the previous video, we talked about the alphabet of English. There are 26 letters, as we said, in the alphabet, which we can see right here. And today I'm going to be talking to you about something that is very important, and that is the vowels of English. In fact, we can say that English alphabet consists of vowels. In fact, and what are vowels? Vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So A, E, I, O, and U are the vowels of English. What are vowels? Vowels are letters that have the sound A, E, O, A, E, U. So these are the vowels of English. And these letters have these vowels inside of them. The other letters are consonants. So we have vowels and we have consonants. Consonants are like B, like B, or S, or K, D. These are the vowels. In fact, we can say that when we pronounce these letters, we need to have each of these letters have special sounds, or one sound or different sounds, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different sounds. So the ones in red are called vowels, and the ones in black are called consonants. All right. So when we want to pronounce this one, this can have up to 4 different sounds. Like it can be pronounced as A, it can be pronounced as A, it can be pronounced as A, and it can also be pronounced as A. B can be pronounced B, C can be pronounced S or K, D is pronounced D, E is pronounced E or E, F is pronounced F or sometimes V, G can be pronounced J and also G, H can be pronounced H or sometimes A or sometimes nothing, I can be pronounced A or I, J can be pronounced J, K can be pronounced K, and sometimes it is silent, so it means that it doesn't have a pronunciation. L can be pronounced L, M can be pronounced M, N can be pronounced N, O can have different pronunciations. For example, it can be pronounced as O, it can be pronounced as A, and sometimes even U. P can be pronounced as Pa, and then Q can be pronounced as Ka. R is R. S can be S or Z. T can be pronounced as T, sometimes D, sometimes A, and sometimes we don't even pronounce this. U can be pronounced as A, E, and sometimes even U. And V can be pronounced as V. W is pronounced W. X can be pronounced X or Z. Y can be pronounced as E or sometimes yeah. And Z can be pronounced as Z. Okay, so let's put them into some words. I haven't prepared really any words here, so I'm going to go offhand, and on the top of my head, I'm going to come up with some words and use them in some words. And I want to pronounce them so that you guys can realize how these letters can be pronounced in some really simple words. All right, so let's get started. So let's start with an A. All right, so we're going to come up with a word that has A in it. For example, air. Oh no, we're not gonna go with air. For example, we can go with about. About. So don't worry about the meanings of these words. I'm just gonna come up with some words and pronounce them. So you see, this is pronounced about, about. So it's a very short sound, about. Or another one, for example, we can say cat. See, here is an sound, cat. Another word can be, for example, we have a good word, banana. So see, it's a magical word. We have the 3 different sounds in one word. Ba, na, and then na. Here we have ah. So ba, very short, and then na, banana. Or for example, we have the word base. Here you see, here we pronounce it as a, base, base, right? So here we pronounce it a. All right, let's start with B. Okay, let's see what B sounds like. We can say something like, for example, bat. It's an animal. So bat, ba, ba. So it is the only pronunciation that this letter has. So let's start with a C. Let's continue with a C. Here, C is pronounced in S and K. So here we have cat, just like this one. Cat, so you see, this is pronounced K, K, cat. And here, cat. And then, for example, we have, what can we have with a C? A simple word with a C. For example, ice. Ice. This is an I here. All right, so ice. So it pronounces S. Ice. Ice. Let's go ahead and use another one. For example, we have a D here. As I said before, we can pronounce this as da. So for example, door. Door. The 2 O's here, we're going to talk about these later on another video. And this is pronounced door. Da, door. Let's go ahead and write some letters with an E in them. For example, here we have what can we say? For example, bet or bed. So let's see. We use the words with everything there is here. Bed. So you see here it pronounces ba, and then here it pronounces e. Bed. Bed. All right, and the D here, it pronounces like da. So bed. And then we have, for example, another one with an E. For example, receive. All right, I didn't come up with a simple one. So here we see receive. That's the way that we pronounce it. Receive. So here it sounds like an E, a long E, receive. All right, and you see that sometimes it doesn't even pronounce, especially at the end of words. Here we have receive, so you see we don't pronounce this letter. Or ice, we didn't pronounce this. Or base, we didn't pronounce this. So usually at the end of letters, or at the end of words with an E, we don't pronounce them. So we call these silent E. Let's go ahead with F. All right. What happened? Did it write something? All right. F. Let's go ahead and make sentences with F. So first, something like fig, for example, which is fruit, a kind of fruit. It's fig. So I is pronounced as e, fig. And another one, for example, we have of. So this here, we don't say off, it's of. That's the way that we pronounce it. All right, let's go ahead with a G. And G has different pronunciations. So for example, we have God. So, and God usually writes with the capital G, so God, and it is pronounced ga. And, or for example, we say good, good. Opposite of bad is good. And sometimes it is pronounced as ja. For example, the name George, for example. So this pronounces ja, George. And sometimes it even pronounces as ja. So like this, garage. So it's another one. So ga, ja, and also ja. Let's talk about H. So see, that's how we pronounce this letter, H. Don't pronounce it like H or something, H. And for example, we have hot, hot, which is opposite of cold, hot. Or for example, we have hour. So here it is silent. We don't pronounce this. So it's hour, hour. When you say hour, it's hour. Let's go ahead and make some sentences with I. So I has different pronunciation, just like this one, ice. So it pronounces like the alphabet, I, ice. And we have another one, for example, what can we say? For example, bit. Right here, we have bit. So you see this I is pronounced very short, bit, bit, all right? And then we have J. What can we say with a J? There aren't many sentences with J and M. J, like jar, jar, or jam. All right, so here there are. There's J, J in it. All right, and then we have K, like kind, let's say, kind, and kind as an adjective, and it describes people's personality. It's kind. Then we have L. L is pronounced as L. So for example, like leg, leg. So we have L, leg. Let's talk with M here. M is pronounced as ma. So like, for example, mud, mud. And then we have N. So let's go ahead and use a word with an N in it. Like no, no. This is the way that we pronounce N here. And then we have O, O. And so you see that's the way that we pronounce it, O. So there is a W at the end of it, O, not O. That's not the way that we pronounce it. There are different words. For example, we can say cop, which means police. So cop, it pronounces A. But for example, police, right here, it pronounces as O, police, cop, police. And it sometimes pronounces as E, like the word freedom. So here we say dem, so freedom. All right, so that's the way we pronounce this. So O, A, and E sometimes. So P is pronounced as P for the most part. So we say, for example, like the police, or we can say, for example, right here, part. All right, so here, pa. See here, it pronounces as A. And then we have Q, which pronounces like K, like square, square. And then we have R here. For example, we say run, or run. So it pronounces run. And then we have S, like that pronounces like S, like sun, sun, run, sun. So you see, that's the way that we pronounce them. It also pronounces like Z sometimes. For example, we have the word rose, roses, for example, right here, roses. So the two of them pronounced as Z. We have T, that's got quite a lot of different pronunciations. Like, for example, tree, it pronounces as T. Or, for example, we pronounce it as D sometimes. For example, water. So water, here it pronounces like D. And sometimes we pronounce it as A. I'm not going to talk about that one because I'm going to talk about it later on another video. So here, T and D. So let's talk about U. So I told you it is pronounced as A, like an umbrella. Umbrella, it is an A, and sometimes it pronounces as ya. For example, university, it pronounces like ya here. So A, ya. And then we have V, that pronounces as V, for example, vase or vase, it pronounces V, V. But W pronounces as wa. So when you pronounce it, the lips and the teeth don't touch. Wa, for example, when. When. So you see, this is the way that we pronounce it, when. And then we have X, like fax. So you see, this is the way that we say it, fax. It sounds like X. And we have Y. Sometimes it pronounces as ya, like you, you. And also we have the pronunciation as E for Y. For example, we say very. So here you see it pronounces as Y, very. And then we have Z or Z that pronounces Z, for example, like zoo. Okay, so I hope that you guys have been able to use this video and find it useful. I try to be as clear as I can. Unfortunately, the beginning of English is really difficult to teach in English. I wish I could speak your languages so that I could explain them, but bear with me, continue, and in a while all of these will make more sense. You will be able to understand them better and will be able to learn English together. All right, so visit us on englishpad.net for more videos, and we will try and post more videos in the future. And there are going to be a lot of learning materials on our website. Take care.